timely contribution to the political discourse of the state, as those of you who follow it will know very well. So please take this, and with that, I'm gonna pick on one of the grandkids if somebody doesn't have a silly story about John. Alrighty, thank you. Alright,
I believe you'd want that thing opened up.
Oh, I was a principal of a school.
And you're taking a book, right? You're gonna take a book. Okay.
So I didn't know John until about 12 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, and we had only a social relationship, not a professional relationship. And at some point, Mona and John and Celeste and my wife and I decided that we would go on a cruise to Asia together. And we had a wonderful time. But before the cruise, I was the person who was tasked with making all the arrangements. And I have to say that I was a little intimidated, a little bit by John, but more by my wife, because I figured if I screwed up, I'd really be in trouble. So I did all this research, and when we going to Singapore, I found that the number one thing to do in Singapore, according to all travel trip advisor or whatever, was to take this tour of Chinatown, and it was free. And so I told that to John. I kept reading and reading it. Everything said, this is great, it's free, it's wonderful. And he said to me, Arnie, there's no such thing as a free tour. And I'm like, yeah, there is. We're going to do it. And so, much to his chagrin, and we kind of pulled him along, he agreed to go on the tour. On the tour was with this wonderful Singaporean man, Chinese Singaporean man, and we did this wonderful, wonderful tour of Chinatown with some of the most wonderful information, and we kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, and at the end he said, this tour is absolutely free. All I ask is if you like it, give me a tip. And so we only saw one couple walk away without getting a tip. Everyone else gave him $25, $50, $100, and he made all of his money by doing this. But he was really, really good. And John had to say to me, Arnie,